What is up, YouTube? Back here with another video. Is your fork seals leaking or weeping? Don't spend $180 on new fork seals. Usually it's just a little bit of debris behind the fork seal. It could be a little piece of sand or something like that caught up in the fork seal itself and just causing a passageway for that oil to leak by. Came out this morning, realized my floor was damp, checked my forks here. It was wet with oil. Realized, all right, so I got something in the fork. So this is a Sealmate. This is about $18 on eBay. It's by Motion Pro. Real flimsy, you know, it's a thin piece of plastic. Got this nice little hook here. You could also use photo negatives, like back in the day when you used to get film developed. They'd usually give the negative strip too. You can cut that out and create a hook on that as well. So what you really want to do is make sure to prevent this from happening is always clean this part of your fork here. If there's any dirt or debris when you bottom out your fork or something like that, it's going to get trapped up in there and cause this to leak. Another little thing here is shock socks. That's definitely going to help protect your fork seal, because this dust cover can get weak and not really get rid of all the foreign particles and whatnot on your fork. And especially cleanliness is big on these things, because as soon as you get oil on it, you're just going to get more debris on it, and it's just going to get all sucked up in there. And the longer that you wait to do something like this, you're going to lose a lot of oil and you have to get them refilled, and at that point you might as well just go and do your fork seals. But if you catch this in time, you're able to just use your Sealmate and fix it. So what you want to do is you want to remove this dust cover here. This is going to be pushed up in there pretty good. You just want to, it's a nice thin flat head. You want to push it in there. It's not going to drop down that easy. Don't stab it too hard, and then just twist it, and then come in here and just slowly start twisting that around, and then upsize your flathead size, and then just place it in there and twist it until this pops down. Obviously you want to clean off any of this fork tubing with brake cleaner or carb cleaner or some kind of chemical solvent to get rid of that oil. And then you want to remove your front fender here, just so it's easier to work this around the fork. So it's going to be hard with one hand, but all we're going to do is just place this hook up in there like so. I usually start with the tip. Place it down like that. You want to kind of seat it flush with the silver tubing there, so it's able to freely spin around. So you're going to do a couple passes here. Popped out of the back because I'm trying to work this with one hand. But when you're coming down and around in the back, you want to just kind of tilt it a little bit forward, pull it down, and if you look, you'll usually be able to see like a little bit of particles and stuff. Now it's going to leak a little bit of oil doing this. Don't worry about that. You're saving yourself. Now after doing a couple passes like that, you want to go ahead, take your solvent or whatever, clean off everything, move this up and down. It's going to leave some residual oil there. Clean that up, get everything clean. Next, you want to hold your front brake with yourself on the bike and bounce it up and down. This is pretty much reseating the fork seal up in there, and in doing so, it's going to release a little bit of oil. Don't worry about that. Just clean it up. Just keep bouncing it. You might still have a little bit of dampness eventually, but that'll be fine. Clean everything up, place everything back together, make sure everything is clean, and then go for a ride. You know, bring a rag with you if you need to. Just give it a couple wipes or whatever, and then, you know, like a mile down the road, you'll notice that it just becomes completely dry eventually. Obviously, if it's not happening after a ride or something like that, go ahead and do it again. The first time when you bounce it, there will be quite a bit of oil loss. It's going to get wet. Don't worry about it, because it needs to seat. But I tell you what, this will save you a whole bunch of time and money and get you right back out to riding again. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll try my best to help you. Please like and subscribe for future videos. By the way, this works with just about any bike. It doesn't have to be this